Hey boys and girls, Miss Chapel here. Today we're going to take a look at our writing. If you remember in the last time we met, we talked about very basic writing mechanics, making sure our sentences start with a capital letter, putting spaces between our words, and making sure we end with punctuation. We're going to look into that a little bit more today. What I have for us today is a sentence starter, and each of you are going to get a copy of this. Just check the attachments down below. You can print it, or you can just copy it on paper and work with it if you want. So let's go ahead and get started. So what we have here is a sentence starter that says, my best birthday was. First of all, boys and girls, is that a complete sentence? No, it is not a complete sentence. If it was a complete sentence, it would be a complete thought. Instead, we're left hanging. My best birthday was what? What was your best birthday? We need to make sure that it is a complete thought in order for it to be a complete sentence. So we're going to finish this sentence out and then add a little bit more to it. So again, we're just staying basic. We're not going to dive into adding a lot of detail to this lesson or this writing sample today. Stay tuned for more of that. And Miss Bullock is also posting writing lessons, and she'll get into more about details and things like that. But this is just basic sentence structure, just to make sure you're keeping up with it. The more you write, the better you become at it. And remember, anytime your teacher says, oh, this is a mistake, you didn't put spaces in, you need to go back and fix it, the last thing you want to do is go, oh, man. Instead, look at it, recognize it, and fix it. The more you fix it, it's going to become a habit. And before you know it, you don't even have to think about it anymore. You're automatically doing those things. So the more you write, the better you will get at it. Just like we say with reading, the more you read, the better reader you become. Same thing is true with writing. The more you write, the better writer you become. So the big thing I want us to remember today in this lesson are our mechanics. Are we starting with capital letters at the beginning of our sentences? If we're writing names, are we capitalizing names? Are we putting spaces between our words? And are we ending our sentences with the proper punctuation? So my best birthday was. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a pen. And I guess I will write with blue. There's no black. I don't know why there's no black. All right, so blue it is. So my best birthday was when. Notice that this W is lowercase. Why is it lowercase? Oh, it's lowercase because it is not the beginning of a sentence. Yes, I did start it on the left-hand side. It's the beginning of a new line. Just because it's at the beginning of a new line does not make it a new sentence. Make sure you remember that. Was when. All right, I need to make sure I put in a space. So I'm going to make sure I trace it a little bit and then move to the side. All right, so that's where I'm going to start my next word. So I want to write the word I. If you remember in the last lesson, I told you guys the word I is always, always, always capitalized. It's when I, another space, got and I do apologize for the messy writing, boys and girls. It's very hard to write on the computer like this. My best birthday was when I got space my. You can spell my if you try. M-Y, M-Y. First the M and then the Y. Oh, my. I got my bike. Okay, so first thing I need to figure out is, am I going to have enough room to write bike? I think I'm going to have enough room. If I don't think I'm going to have enough room, boys and girls, the important thing to do is go to the next line. So, I hear You might remember from the last lesson, I taught you a little trick about B's and D's. Bat before the ball. So I want to make the bat first, which means I need to start with the line, and then the ball. Bat before the ball. Notice my spacing there. If you're someone you always hear your teacher say, there's no spaces, remember what I said. The more you fix it and you practice it, the better you'll get, and then it's going to become a habit, and you're always going to put spaces in there. So even if you are still forgetting spaces now, it doesn't mean you're always going to be that way. Keep writing, and it will get better. But boys and girls, I hear a long vowel sound in there. But I. So that's going to be I. Am I going to capitalize that? No, I am not, because it's not the word I, it's just the letter I I'm hearing in there. But I. All right, so a little trick here. Most of the time when you hear that in a bossy E word, it's usually going to be a K and not a C. So I'm going to put a K in here, and that is the proper spelling. But you can always look at it and figure out, does that look right? So let me start with a C first. I know that's wrong. I want you to kind of see what I'm talking about. But and I need to put that bossy, silent, or magic E in there. All right. The reason why I put that bossy, silent, magic E in there is because the I is saying its name, but Ike. So now I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to think to myself, does that look right? And to you, maybe it does, and that's okay if it does. It's okay to make mistakes, boys and girls. But in this case, looking at it, I know it does not look right. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my eraser, and I'm going to fix it and put in the K. We're going to be getting into, in the next week or two, about editing. So what I'll be doing is having a writing sample already done, and we'll go back in it together and look at it, and we're going to find any mistakes that we see and fix them together. My best birthday was when I got my bike. So, boys and girls, is this a sentence? Yes, it is. It's a sentence because it is a complete thought. So I need to figure out what kind of punctuation I want to use. This is a question mark. Is that right? No, it's not right, because I'm not asking a question. I'm not saying, my best birthday was when I got my bike. It's not a question. Let's get rid of that. We definitely do not want a question mark there. You could use an exclamation mark here. My best birthday was when I got my bike. But that's not what I want to do. I want to actually just use a period here. It's just going to be a statement. However, when I get into the next sentence, I might end up making it a little bit more exciting, and therefore I might need an exclamation mark. So my best birthday was when I got my bike. Notice my sentence began with a capital letter. I have spaces between my words, and my sentence ends with punctuation. So now I'm going to go on and write my next sentence. You know what? I'm going to make a sentence that's going to require an exclamation mark. So I'm going to say, it was really cool. So I don't want to read it as, it was really cool. Instead, I want it to be, it was really cool. I am beginning a new sentence. What happened at the beginning of a new sentence? Capital letter. It was, in your space, was really. And you might be thinking to yourself, I don't know how to spell these words. Remember, boys and girls, it's okay to make mistakes. When it comes to spelling, we want to kind of fix that in the editing process. So as long as you know what you're writing, if you're sounding it out really, and you sound it out and you know what it says, that's the important thing. So I always encourage you to go back as you're writing and read what you're writing so that you know what you're actually writing. That way, when you are sitting down in the editing phase of writing, you can fix your spelling. It was really cool. Am I going to have enough room to write cool? I think I will. Ooh. It was really cool! Exclamation mark. I'm going to describe it next. All right. So it, again with it. So why am I writing a capital I? Because it is the beginning of a new sentence. It had Now, I know that is a D because the doorknob is before the door. Remember, B is bat before the ball. D is doorknob before the door. It had. No, I don't want to use the word had. I've changed my mind. And that's okay because it's my story. I'm going to instead write was. It was red. R-E-D spells red. R-E-D spells red. R-E-D spells red. Red as a tomato head. Doorknob before the door. It was red and A-N-D, Nicky Doo. That's what I learned in my school. Mama, oh, I can spell and A-N-D and. All right, it was red and had. Now I want that word had. Add. Doorknob before the door. And it had black. B-L-A-C-K spells black. Flying bat, pointy hat, black as night without a light. B-L-A-C-K. B-L-A-C-K. Black. It was red. It had black polka. Those of you who know me, you probably know exactly what I'm about to spell. Black polka. Polka's a weird word. It's kind of hard to sound out, but that's how you spell polka. Got an O-L in there. Polka dots. Doorknob before the door. And I'm going to end it with punctuation. It was red and had black polka dots. That's how I want it to be read, and therefore all I need is a period. Okay. So there is a very, very basic story. My best birthday was when I got my bike. It was really cool. It was red and had black polka dots. So I have attached this paper to the assignment, boys and girls. I want you, if you can, to print it out. If you don't have a printer, it's fine. Just take a piece of paper and write it out. And I want you to write a very basic story like this. If you want to challenge yourself and go into more detail, do it. But keep in mind, we're going to keep using the story. So I'm going to save this, and we're going to use it next time to build on the story. So this is just the very, very basic beginning. Not very interesting yet, is it? It's not. So in order to get our story to be more interesting, we need to add more details and maybe change up some of the words to make it sound more interesting. I do have space here for a picture. So you're going to laugh because I'm not the greatest artist. So there's my handlebars. Oof, already looks terrible. Oh boy. I don't even have black pen on here, so I can't even really draw it out. There you go. There's my very, very sad excuse for a bike, boys and girls. I know. Miss Chapel, you are many things, but an artist you are not. And boys and girls, you would be correct. And you know what? That is okay. We all have different strengths and weaknesses. Drawing is not one of my strengths. That's okay. So, boys and girls, again, I want you to go ahead and print this out if you can. If not, just grab paper and pencil and write it on your own. Keep it basic and save it so that next time we can build on it. If you want to turn this in to me, you can. I'll leave it available for you to attach. All you would have to do is either take a picture of it and attach it to this assignment, or you can actually make a Google Doc and attach the Google Doc to it. It's up to you. You don't have to turn it in at all. That's completely up to you. But save it so that way next time we can build on this story. All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoy this very, very basic writing lesson. I'll see you next time. Bye.